Go.
All right, so imagine this. You're 18 years old. You've worked hard your entire life. You've studied late into the night, and you've skipped parties to chase your dreams. And then the college acceptance letter arrives. You've made it. But instead of celebrating, you've hit with the one question that overshadows everything. How am I going to pay for this? Now, that question isn't just personal. It's paralyzing millions of students across the whole country. Right now, over 39 million Americans have dropped out of college without a degree, many of them citing cost as the primary reason. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, more than 70% of full-time college students rely on some form of financial aid just to be able to stay in school. Now, that's not just a number, it's a lifeline. And still, it's not enough. Right here in the US, we've personally seen classmates juggling multiple jobs just to make rent. I've watched many close friends choosing to buy books and choosing between books and eating dinner. And one of them, somebody I work with, had to drop out last semester because their scholarship didn't cover the rising tuition. Their dream was gone, just like that. Now, let me ask you this. What if we had the power to change that? What if our Uncle Walter's legacy wasn't just a name on a plaque, but a foundation that opens the doors to education for students who would otherwise be left behind? We are standing on a $40 million opportunity, and we've been given the responsibility to do something meaningful with it. This is our moment to take action, to honor Uncle Walter in a way that changes lives.
With over the years of college students already paying so much with tuition and even housing, an article by Melanie Hansen, out-of-state students roughly pay around 780,000 per year, or even 182, 832 for over 4 years, depending on the college and university. And with in-state students paying 2,746 per year, or even around 180, 50, 84 for over 4 years, with the average student commuting, it could be a lot with students having to roughly pay for this amount of money just for gaining education and simply the degree, the career that they would want in their job. Not only with that, students also had to pay for textbooks, materials, or even specific items certain professors usually add on to their syllabus or even require in their classroom. With universities and colleges most roughly not giving this out for free, it can really put a really financial burden within the student, making sure that they have all the materials and all the specific things that they need for their certain class in order to pass and to understand the better material. Students roughly pay around this amount by Lacey Willigan, 1,220 per semester, with certain classes for textbooks, materials, even specific items that is roughly really expensive to find for them as well. College students really question themselves whether or not this degree is even worth the financial burden that they might have to do with questions of taking out loans, even working extra hours, or even so lucky for the parents to help them. It could really question the student of whether or not this education is worth it, whether or not putting all this financial burden on themselves could really be worth all the debt or even possibility of not even getting the degree in the first place, such as dropping out or even like taking a gap year with a semester, just even pay off this education that most likely whether or not that they're supposed to gain more money from rather than lose money from.
With how expensive college is becoming, who wouldn't want to graduate feeling secure in their career? Well, stock can be an extremely lucrative career path, and it is one that the world will consistently need. When people think of stock, most people know that they can invest their own money into the market for their personal gain. But the stock market is much bigger than just a hobby. In general terms, investing in the stock market allows companies to increase their capital without borrowing money from the bank and paying the accompanying fees or interest. As that business expands, more money is spent by the consumers, and the business needs to hire more people to accommodate the growth. This results in higher tax revenue for the government, lower unemployment rates, and a better gross domestic production or GDP for their country. Because of the stock market's close correlation to corporation growth and the health of the country's economy, the stock market affects everyone, regardless of whether or not that person trades, regardless of whether or not that person is involved in trading. For example, it can affect your retirement fund. If a company starts to underperform in the stock market, they may have less money to spend on employee benefits, such as your pension. Companies may even go as far as to cut their spending by reducing their number of employees to maintain financial equilibrium. Some career paths a person can choose in stock includes a portfolio manager, stockbroker, financial analyst, investment banker, or a sales trader. Adjacent careers include journalism, stock market operations, and a trainer or educator. Not only are these jobs extremely important, but they can make a lot of money. On average, an investment banker makes about 119,000 per year. A portfolio manager makes an average base salary of 129,000 per year. Over the years with the right company, someone can make well over 200,000 annually with a job related to stock. The world runs on the stock market. The relevance of these careers will not dwindle, and companies will pay good money to make sure that they are making their profits off it.
So what we're trying to get at is that Uncle Walter started a business. He invested well and he became successful. We're going to make a stock program and class for high school and college students. Particularly for college students, education paid while using loans does not always translate to higher paying jobs, which leaves a major gap in the job market. Those who do have a college degree but can't exactly find any jobs. From the social cost of unpaid student loans by Brooke E. Gottberg and Evan Miller, the state governments have decreased financial support for general operations from an average of $9,547 per full-time student in 2001 to $7,388 per full-time student in 2019. So, with students getting less financial support, it would be smart for them to learn and gain a form of revenue through learning about the stocks. In a study done by MA and Pender, over 25% of borrowers who owe money more than $200,000 are over the age of 50. Letting the cost accumulate and having people be stuck in debt later in life is not ideal for anyone. The sooner they learn about the stock and playing field, the sooner they can invest and the better they can invest for their future.
Imagine a life where all the entrepreneurial, brilliant, and innovative minds that built America had never existed, all because unattainable college tuition rates. Would you like to live in a nation where creative ideas, emerging talent, and employers cannot succeed, all because education is a luxury only the wealthiest can afford? Making education more affordable for students, the future architects of the stock market, not only ensures a healthier economy but also promotes equity. But making sure that education isn't just reserved for the privileged ones, but also for those in need, the brilliant minds of America. These future investors will generate income, strengthen the economy, and uphold democratic values. All of those aspects of our nation in current and rapid decline today. Our organization and our mission promises to empower students, enabling them to pursue their dreams by making education more affordable to those in need, while also fostering economic and democratic stability. Now is the time to show support and prevent talent from going unseen, unnoticed, and unappreciated due to high tuition cost. Let's make every dollar count. by investing in the future minds of America.
So, entrust this money to us and trust in this foundation. Our spending is based on the number of students we can fund, so we can assure you that this money will be used up in the years to come. Not only will we be ensuring that these young adults get quality education, but we will ensure that they will be entering a future in which they feel financially secure. Proper education can help any person find success in life, but funding the students of tomorrow will offer them the sense of security that a lot of today's students wish that they had.